But we'll stay with the Mumbai real estate FSI increase and what kind of impact it could have on real estate builders. Mr. Hiranandani, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Can you simplify for our viewers as to jump in, the new FSI norms? How will this change life for real estate builders?
Well, let me give you a short background before I give my opinion on this matter. The first thing you must understand that Mumbai's FSI used to be at one point of time 2.66. Just now, by having reduced it to 1.33 and then now adding this FSI, which makes it 1.83, life in terms of the total consumer side is not is improved. Because redevelopment FSI today has gone up to 3.5, Bandra Kurla complex we have increased to 4, Dharavi we are increased to 4, other redevelopment FSI we have also increased. So in reality, the FSI increase as a macro position as far as Mumbaikas are concerned is a microcosm of what is to be done. 50% of the balance area in the city requires to come under redevelopment of the city, which means that that FSI is not touched, means the redevelopment FSI is not being increased at all. So those people who are staying in cest building, etc., has not happened. So we are now talking about 20 to 25% of the balance areas which are owned and separately done, not by the redevelopment and other cest building as it is to say. So we are very happy. I think overall, I think it's a positive sign that the FSI is increased. But my view is personally that the FSI increase should have been done much higher, and they should have increased straight away from 1.33 to 2.33 or even 2.66 once and for all, and increase the infrastructure based on that. By doing marginal increases from time to time, the infrastructure development is not increased tremendously. And so what happens is that you increase the burden in the city, but you don't improve the infrastructure. The second part is that it's a good thing that we are collecting this money for the purposes of Dharavi development, for the Andheri, for the Bandra Versova bridge and all. So the monies which will come into this kitty is going to be for infrastructure development of Mumbai. So I think that's a positive sign. I look at it extremely positive. The increase in FSI was needed.
But purely from a developer point of view, Mr. Hiranandani, what could be the impact? Because your costs will go higher, buildings will get taller, at the same time construction timelines will now increase, and more importantly, the supply will increase in a region like Mumbai wherein realty prices are already suppressed.
I don't think the supply will increase very fast. Okay. See, what happens is most of the areas in Mumbai are already developed. By the time somebody wants to increase the FSI on the top of old buildings, it's a very impractical thing to do, especially when you have to provide for additional parking, when you have to provide for fire escape and staircases and other things, which means you have to go for redevelopment in most of the cases. Redevelopment is a long dilatory process by the time you get the permission. So the fruits of this kind of increase in FSI takes a hell of a long time for it to come. No building will get the FSI actually to get implemented before 1 year, and it will not be before 3 to 4 years before the product comes into the market with higher FSI. So there's not going to be a tomorrow morning benefit that is going to come either to the developers or to the city or thing. But I think it will be more to the landlords who have got the land and the buildings which are available to them.
Right. But Mr. Hiranandani, I think what we're trying to also understand is what does this mean for the cost base of real estate companies such as yourself?
No, I think the cost is not the relevant factor. You must understand that the city, the prices are very high. So I think by increasing the volume, it's good. The cost of development, of course, when you go into high rises, the costs do increase this thing, but it's not in proportion to the kind of values which you see in Mumbai city. So the Mumbai city being high-priced areas as compared to the rest of the country or the rest of even the Mumbai city and suburbs, I think the price cost of additional construction cost is not going to be that high. I'm more concerned with the infra which it requires to be supported along with that. So we need more water supply, we need all the other things. But that's already happening in the case of redevelopment, in the case of slums, that 50% of the people in Mumbai anyway live in Jhopapatti. So that's not getting any change as far as this is concerned. I think it's a marginal benefit. I don't think there's a great benefit to anybody or anything. Maybe mainly it's to the owners of the properties who are having these. I don't think builders hold so much stock as to make it really worthwhile to think that they are going to benefit. And I agree with you. The cost of construction do increase, but looking at the overall value, it's marginal.
Even if you were to, even if you were to allocate a percentage rise in the overall cost base, you're saying it's going to be marginal. But could you quantify it as to how much would this FSI increase? Because this is not the only one. You're saying that there are going to be a series, there have been a series of FSI increases in the past, and you believe that in the future as well, FSI is likely to go up. So on a cumulative basis, how much does, a point-to-point increase in FSI build up on your cost? If you could qualify that with some example.
Basically, it's difficult to assess because each buildings would be different. But if you had to put a thumb rule to it, I think the cost of construction would go above by about 10%.
Nani, appreciate your time and thank you for joining us. Meanwhile, markets. Now, what do we have here? Can't say there is a big party going on, but incrementally the markets are building on. And today, if you look at the combination of winners, Suzlon, Arcom, HDIL.